Altcoin Daily.
Yes.
What's poppin'? Poppin' crypto. Cassius Cuvée. Let's go.
Either bull market ballin' or bear market building. Demystifying daily cause they be fully revealing the latest updates in cryptocurrency. Encourage me to learn it, see, and get dope urgently. They certainly alerting me to small cap gems, the kind you'll be like, I wish I bought them all back then. Twin brothers, showing how the silver screen team works, teaching Hollywood how the Bitcoin dream works. From the red carpet to next is a fair target. They'll show you the projects that build in the bear market or alert a failure. They ain't trying to sell you, just highlighting what the mainstream won't tell you. News of the day in 10 minutes a pop. I'm the comment at the top like as soon as it drop. It amazed me, the feeling is crazy when I hear yes, welcome back to Altcoin Daily.
Yeah. Altcoin Daily. Austin and Aaron.
Yes.
It's your boy Cassius Cuvée.
Right on. We back in this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? What's poppin'? It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. Just had to show you guys that Altcoin Daily video real quick. I had him on my show. You can find that on my YouTube channel here. One time for the one time. We're gonna let everybody get in here. Let's go, Blockchain Cowboy. Man, did we not say that this would be a crazy weekend? We said it'd be unpredictable on Friday. We were like, it's gonna be an unpredictable weekend. Somebody was like, man, the low liquidity, I'm not messing with it. It's been crazy. Austin and Aaron are cool, man. They are cool. I hung out with them plenty of times, more I can count. But yeah, they were a good interview and stuff like that. You see, I wrote the little rap for them and whatnot. That's what I do on my show, Poppin' Crypto. Interview folks and write a custom rap for them. But now, man, we doing a live stream. We over here. First of all, I gotta say, this is not financial advice. I've been trying to check up on the legal game. This is not financial advice. Nothing I say should be taken as financial advice. There are referral links on the screen. Breakout Prop, I'm an affiliate of theirs, and Phemex, I'm an affiliate partner as well. So now we got that out the way. Let me show you how I'm making money. Y'all can do it my way if you want to, or your own way. What I really want to do, though, is educate and help folks figure out their own way for themselves, call out things in the market. I have my private Discord, so if you're new to the Cassius Cuvée experience, let me tell you something. It's an experience like none other. You know what I mean? I don't know how many guys out here got as many crypto rap songs as I have. What's up, All Set? Great to have you guys in the chat here. My mods is on their job. I appreciate y'all. Private Discord has been cracking all weekend. We 7 days a week around here. Maybe if there's a day off here and there. But if you see on my the cover of every single live stream, Andrew in the house. On the cover of every live stream, I'm counting them, you guys. So when we see first 100, I'll do a giveaway. You know, first 1,000, we'll do a giveaway. So we on live stream number 16, and your boy is going hard, man. You guys see, I'm always dedicated to the charts every day, no matter what. So I might as well do a live stream. I might as well have a Discord. I'm looking at them every single day, 7 days a week. You feel me? So that's what we're doing here, and what a weekend it's been. You know, it's Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. And well, let's just jump right into this here. The news of the day is right here. Mantra. Now, how many y'all been rocking with me? We've been talking about this coin since I think it was the very first day I started live streaming. All right, it's been on my radar, and I know not everybody knows about it, but I'm telling you, man, I'm the shitcoin king. I am the shitcoin king, man. I know all these damn coins. Now, I may not know exactly what they all do. But I do know them. I looked at them. I've watched the price action, man. I'm deep in the weeds here. So, obviously, nobody could predict a move like this. And I got this up right now, down 95%, you know, all at once. You can call it a rug pull. You can call it whatever you want to, but they took a dump. So, anyways, for those who don't know what it is, I'm going to pull it up because some people want to know what the project is. That I could care less about, to be honest with you, me personally. Now, if you guys believe in projects and stuff like that, I understand. I've been there before, okay? On the top of my, matter of fact, I'll show you this first. On the top of my actual Twitter, if you go to my Twitter profile, it says, cured of crypto hopium addiction, okay? I don't know how many coins I had, and I wrote them down to 99% down, okay? So now I go back to my roots, which was trading. I've been trading since 2020. First started with stocks, and, that was another. I was all day long on it, even though there's stocks. We're in the pre-market and the post-market, And right here, look at this. 50,000 impressions a day. Where are y'all at? I know my people in the group here, I appreciate y'all interacting with my tweets. But, man, I'm getting 50,000 impressions in like 2 likes, sometimes no likes. You know what I'm saying? Twitter is a funny place. Let me tell you something. One part of it is the algorithm. I know people don't see it. The other part is, man, I got, 7,600 followers, 7,651 followers. It don't matter, man. We fucking with the real ones here in the private group and on the live stream, to be honest with you. Here's mantra. Oh, one more thing. I want to call this out right now. I'm going to start doing giveaways and stuff. The contest has officially started. So everybody that's in the private group, if you saw the announcement, we're going to go over that in a minute. We're going to see how you can win a prize, and so stay tuned for that. We're going to come back to that in a second here. But first, let me just jump into the headline of the day, which is OM Mantra. And by the way, is the background music the right volume? If you can give me a thumbs up. If the volume is cool, I appreciate that. I got it set right to the middle, and we're going to just leave it at that. I'll know for the future. So you let me know that. That'd be cool. So here we are, Mantra. Right on, Andrew. Thank you. So, okay, RWA, all right? For someone like me who still has the crypto hopium addiction for Algorand, it's a little bit different. I can explain that. But, RWA is, an important thing, right? We want to know, if you're a blockchain enthusiast, we want to know that it's not really crypto, but blockchain technology is the new way for the world. And we want, it's a new way of connecting data, new internet, Web 3.0. And we want to know that RWA is going to be a part of it, which is real world assets. Those are things that are in the real world, or for example, stocks. Larry Fink, of all people, said that they can be tokenized and put on the blockchain, right? So whatever blockchain that goes on is going to be a big time winner. Algorand is government grade blockchain invented by Silvio McCallie. But anyways, let's just look at Mantra's RWA. So for those who don't know, for people who are new, you can go on a site called CoinMarketCap, and just put in whatever ticker you want. It's actually cut off the screen, but CoinMarketCap, put in whatever ticker you want, and you basically find out an overview of pretty much any coin. For those who are studying projects, this is where you go. Just scroll down. Is a security-first RWA Layer 1 blockchain capable of inherent enforcement. Blah, 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 blah. Now, granted, these are usually written by the founders or whomever is the responsible party. So naturally, they're going to say good things about it, okay? Now back to the charts. back to reality, okay? This is, I guess they got fake world assets. I don't know, all right? As a trader, word to the wise, this is why we have stop losses, okay? Now, this is crazy because look how zoomed in. Let me put on the 1 hour. It looks like it's been doing nothing. And we were talking about this coin doing all kind of crazy stuff. Yeah, FWA. We were talking about this coin doing all kind of crazy stuff. And I kept saying this price action is weird. That's why I said I didn't want to trade it, because it was unpredictable. Now, granted, we're also going into an unpredictable weekend, which I'm telling you, everybody who said it was right. Look at this one time for the one time. Discord, okay? I had to post this in the Discord, how come the coin I'm trying to short, this one, Jasmine, is flat, you know what I'm saying? But Ethereum is zigzagging like crazy, you know what I'm saying? I had to put the Nick on here. I just proof confirmed that this weekend is crazy, and that's is what it is. But in the Discord, we called out a lot of different things, man. I'm nonstop in there. So you guys, if you join my private Discord, you're going to get my thoughts in real-time trading action. And from the moment I wake up in the morning, I usually write something in there till usually the moment before I go to bed. And so I'm very, very active in there. I'm not in too many other Discords myself, but I know people pay $100 a month to be in Discords, and they get updates once a week or whatever. You know what I'm saying? My Discord is free. All you got to do, actually, it's not free. It's $99 a month for my Discord. However, you can get access to it for free for 1 year if you use my Phemex referral code to create a Phemex account for free. So this is what I'm doing. Instead of you giving me the $99, I would like you to deposit that $99 into your Phemex account, and then you'll have some money to trade with, and hopefully you'll see value in my Discord group, and I'm showing you ways that you can get yourself paid and from trading, and then you'll want to keep on. You feel me? So I want you to keep your money. So that's why I'm doing that. I just want you to set up a leverage trading account with Phemex using my referral code. I don't think that's too much to ask. This is Phemex right here. So anyways, in the Discord, we've been we've been discussing a lot in the Discord. I'm going to just scroll through so people can see. We've been all over this, man. The weekend crew, you feel me? Look how much, I mean, gosh. The weekend crew showing that, you know, I leave voice messages in there, things like that, explaining my thoughts. And I'm going to go over what, you know, I'm going to recap some of this stuff in real time so I can talk to you guys about it. One Audible did not come to fruition, but yeah, man, there's really not a hell of a lot to say about OM, man. It tanked. It was on our watch list. Things were acting weird. I was maybe going to come back to it. But yeah, Ethereum's been stupid. Ethereum, I mean, man, I shorted it yesterday. You guys saw that in, where was it in? Breakout Prop. Right here. Come on, Breakout Prop. Come on up. Breakout Prop is so weird. Oh, I got to click it. Okay. Yeah, so Ethereum, you see, I shorted it. Where did I short it? Oh, yesterday I was tinkering around with it. I had this little short here just to kind of give an example. But, yeah, so I shorted it up here. Got out at the very bottom, just to show you guys. I'm just doing this on a 1 minute basis. Now let me zoom in, and basically this little candle here, I got out there. I was trying to zoom all the way in. Let me refresh this. Basically, with my scalping strategy, I really got to say I like scalping better. But my scalping strategy, you just zoom all the way in, and I'm telling you, man, it was 3 minutes, 3 candles. And you can see I got in at the top of this wick and got out here. Now, it wasn't much. It was only $36, but I didn't use very much money. And so this is Ethereum. I used about $3 grand, something like that. And you just see the potential, you know. Could have put 30 grand on here in 3 minutes. It would have been 300. You know what I'm saying? That's conceivable with Breakout Prop. So Breakout Prop, that is the prop firm where you get $100,000 to trade, or you get that $100,000 account if you buy one of their evaluations, buy the $800 evaluation. So for $800, you purchase an evaluation and you get a $100,000 account to trade with. This is a way that if you don't have a large bankroll, you can get a large bankroll to get access. Now, the thing is, you've got to pass the evaluation. There's no guarantee you'll pass the evaluation, but you just got to get 10% or 10,000 before you lose 6,000 or your account goes negative, or you can't lose 4,000 in a day. So you do want to be careful of that. But man, look how precise you can get on this stuff here. You know, oh, let me put this Phemex logos in the way. I got in right here. You can see the red arrow, and I got out here in the green arrow. I shorted this. 3 candles, 1, 2, 3 minutes, okay? Now, of course, I could have stayed in longer, but I had rode this all the way down and got out here, and I wasn't doing any more trading, more work to do today. But, like, man, you can see I could have held it. But this weekend's been unpredictable, you guys. You know, I could have held it. I would have freaked out here. It's just not worth it sometimes. The other short, this is what I really want to tell you guys. Right after I got off the live stream, I mean talking right after, virtual, this other one right here. Oh, let me make it big. This one, man, I caught the top. Well, so this is what happened. It started short squeezing right here. So we got off the live stream, right? And I'm telling you, we got off about whatever time this is, 16:33. So yeah, like 7, you know, it was like right here, right? Look at this short squeeze. And so this is the thing I wish it had been live so I could show you guys. Like, this is what I want to show you. I promise you, one day I'm going to do the boring old live stream where you just sit there and stare at the charts and say damn near nothing. Because I can't, like, explain to you this in back test terms. Like, and I did write it in the Discord. I'm like, one day, just sit there for 1 hour, uninterrupted, do nothing but stare at the 1 hour chart on Breakout Prop or Phemex. No, excuse me, not 1 hour chart, the 1 minute chart, okay? The 1 minute chart. And what ends up happening is you see how fast a ticker moves per tick. When we say per tick, that's like per order in the order book, okay? Well, I'll show you what it looks like over here. This is the order book in Phemex, okay? Breakout Prop, you don't see the order. You see the order book when you go to place an order. Lloyd, right on. Appreciate you joining the chat, Lloyd. So this is what the order book looks like in Phemex. This is an order book basically, in every exchange has this order book. But when we say per tick, you can kind of see it flashing. Like, this is not a very volatile ticker right now. But basically, you see it kind of moving. It's like this price ain't even really moving. This ticker is low liquidity, Jasmine. This is what I'm shorting right now. But you'll see it moving. You know, let me just pull it up on Breakout Prop. So like if I was going to go to short, you see it moving by per tick. This is really what I should have showed you in the first place. Every tick and it shows you the spread, and the spread is the difference between the bid and the ask, okay? And it's always moving, even though you can barely see it down here, it's like moving over here, right? And you can see the price right here is moving, right? So when you're zoomed all the way in on the 1 minute chart like this, these candles are all of a sudden jumping. So think about it. I had this on the screen the whole time. Nothing really that big. You can kind of see it was nothing. This was a big move, right? This seemed like a big old move, these moves. And then all of a sudden, I started seeing this. Boom, boom. These big old up and down, like just going crazy. And I'm like, wait a minute, something's going on. And you see them like flickering. You see them dancing. They're like flickering, but big jumps all within this 1 minute candle. Like I'm talking every second, right? Every tick. I'm like, okay, this is a telltale sign of a short squeeze. Okay. Now, a short squeeze is when there's a lot of shorts, like what probably happened here. Well, for sure what happened here. A lot of people were shorting this ticker to go down. They put money on, they bet on it to go down. And then more buyers came in, like they overwhelmed the shorts in that order book. Basically, they were buying up all this in the order book, and the shorts had to close their orders to cover their losses, which pushes the price even higher. But basically, it's like a real live battle in the trenches, and you can just see it. This is a 1 minute candle. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, so what I do is, this is the short squeeze strategy. God, I wish I could have shown you guys this. This is like my favorite thing to do, but you have to be an opportunist. You got to catch it in real time. I wait. And T-Teaser asked me about this in the Discord. I'm glad he asked for clarification. My short squeeze strategy is not to chase it on the way up. I don't go long. How the heck do I know that this is about to go up? And then how do I know when it's going to stop? I have no idea. So what I taught myself, basically, instead of always chasing these short squeezes, there used to be all these short squeezes in 2020, 2021, and we'd always be trying to chase them. Instead, and this is how I never get FOMO, you guys. This is like my general trading philosophy. Is why I short more than I go long. You wait until this slows down, this momentum slows down, and then you short it. Now, granted, I have a lot of experience doing this, but I'm telling you, I hope you guys paying close attention to this, okay? This is how you make a lot of money in a short amount of time. Or at least this is how I've made a lot of money in a short amount of time. But it's risky, okay? It's risky. So number one, you got to have a position size that you know is not going to, if this is breakout, not going to get you breached. You feel me? Dave Digital, he says, wait, man, did y'all see his eyes on the... Wait, what? I just took a screenshot of that from my last video. I thought it was funny too. I'm glad someone else thought it was funny. It's like, why am I going like this? You know why? Because everybody always says you gotta have a screenshot where you look surprised, like, oh my God, can you believe it? Otherwise, no one's gonna click on your video. Okay, you're like, what the hell? So anyways, I'm glad someone made a joke out of that, because I was laughing at myself this whole entire time. Every time I was rushing to do it real quick, I was like, I don't have a picture like that. So I just took a screenshot of the last video I put out where I like caught myself talking, and I was like, I'm gonna use this crazy ass shit. Anyways, that's pretty funny, Dave. So over here on the on the short squeeze, I'm telling you, you're gonna see it go, and you start seeing these wild moves in literally a split second. So you want to wait. You gotta wait. Because if you jump in too early, a move from like here to here can be like $100. And you'd be like, oh, shit, right? Or worse. It could be hundreds of dollars, depending on how big your position is. So, I had a pretty good familiarity with the position sizing for virtuals. It was still kind of big because I knew that I was hoping. Let me show you on. I don't want to mess this up. I'm going to show you on here. This is what I was hoping for with virtuals. I saw this move up. And this move up, they were listed on Binance. And they're going up. I lost a couple trades on the way up trying to short, but I had those tight stop losses. Like I said last time, we've got to do tight stop losses. And what happened in this exact moment when we got off the stream, like this is right here, what we're looking. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not even on TradingView. This is TradingView here. So right here, so they had this listing on Binance, right, which started the upward momentum, and then we go into a crazy weekend with upward momentum, okay? This right here is what we're looking at on Breakout Prop, okay? That's this. This is the 1 minute chart. At this moment, at this exact moment, right after I got off the live stream, I saw Bitcoin going down, but for some reason, this one was getting squeezed up. And I was like, okay, y'all, this is fake. You know what I'm saying? This is fake. This is the scam wick. I always talk about this in the Discord too. What do I always say? Honestly, I want to be patient and wait to enter on the scam wick. This is what I mean. I'm going to break that down right now. This is exactly what I mean. This is the scam wick, right? Like you can see how big it is, right? I want to enter. If I'm going to go short, I want to wait till the scam wick ends, then enter. and then come back down. Now, this is a 1 minute chart, so you don't see the wick, but you see it here. Oops, you see it here, right? That's just that one scam wick before price reverses. It happens on every time frame pretty much. So what I did was, the Discord. Can somebody help me out? One of the mods put the Discord in the chat for Lloyd. Appreciate that. So Lloyd, just so you know, I explained it right before you got on. So what I did was, for the Discord, you just got to use my Phemex referral link to create a Phemex account for free. And so instead of spending $99 a month on my Discord, you just take your user ID from Phemex, which is this, from Phemex, and then you put that in the verification bot inside Discord, and that's how you get the Discord for free. It's 1 year for free right now for the first 50 people. We're just getting it popping here. And so basically, you will have to put in your credit card information, but it doesn't charge you anything after that, and then you're in. That's pretty much it. Appreciate you guys, my mods, man. They on their job. Appreciate y'all. So, real quick, though. I'm telling you, I made more money on short squeezes faster than anything else because they go so fast, right? So, like, I had whatever size position this was on there. It was decent for what I was doing, but this was a big move. The first peak is usually the fake out peak, okay, you guys? The first one's usually the fake one. I'm telling you, this is not the same on every single. Right on, Lloyd, it's all good. But welcome to the channel. Welcome to your boy Cassius Cuvée private Discord. So this, I'm going to go over this longer than it's going to seem like it's taking a long time, but all I can say is I'm going to scour. I always scour. When I see a short squeeze happen, I'm going to put it in the Discord immediately, okay? What happens is you just wait. I promise you'd rather be late than early on this, because if you get in here and ride all the way up, you're not going to know what to do. You're going to be down $700 that quick. You're like, holy shit. The first peak is usually the fake one. If I missed this one and it came all the way back down, I just missed it. I live with that. I'm totally fine. If it was really just a one peaker, it almost never happens that way. There's at least one. Sometimes there's more. So no doubt I was taking a risk, but why? I got in sweet up here. So, but if you notice, the thing that I did do is I waited until it was coming back down, right? You see, I didn't enter on this green candle. These are 1 minute candles. I didn't enter on the green one. I waited till it was coming down. Now, did I catch exactly the top? It's somewhere in this candle I caught it. You guys, to my recollection, it was like here. As a matter of fact, let's see. I must have caught it. Where is the sell? With this one, that would be 6314. So, I caught it about here. Okay? So, you see, I was waiting on it to come back down. So, something about right here. And then I just rode that bad boy. Rode it. And I didn't get scared. So, then that's where your Market Cipher, that's where Market Cipher B and stuff comes in, right? So, for this, I'm like, okay, I'm zoomed all the way in. You feel me? This is the 3 minute. 1 minute can still be a little tricky. The 3 minute. Where is it? Here? This must have been in here, right? So, the 3 minute turns red. So now that I'm in, I'm watching this. I'm watching it. Could I have gotten scared when this little green candle hit, right? When this one hit? Sure, I could have gotten scared when this one hit that it was going to keep going higher. What I liked about it is it made a lower low. So you're still some of your basic TA, still the normal basic TA. Like, this is a lower low than this. That's what I mean. This is a low on this dip. This is a lower low, which is telling me, okay, I'm not saying it's impossible it could go higher, but I'm like, I feel confident holding. Plus, I'm looking at market side. This has all happened real fast, you guys, right? I'm looking at these candles. I'm telling you, they're going like this. It didn't just go up and then down. It didn't do that. It's like it shoots up and it shoots down. There's a wick high and then comes back and then it fills the wick again. And then, like, it's crazy when you're in it. So you're trying, now I got your finger on the trigger and you're like, we're ready to enter now. And if you lose, there's two. Let me tell you what to do if it's going against you. But first, let's say you catch the top like I did here. So I don't want to get sidetracked too much. Now you're coming down, right? This is the 3 minute now, just to show you. I'm looking at Market Cipher B down here. This is Market Cipher B in the momentum waves. And I'm waiting. Remember, guys, I'm waiting. I'm like, my scalping strategy is to get out when it, I don't want to change this because it's going to mess it up, but to when you see a green dot on the 10 minute or you think it's about to print, you cheat ahead maybe on the 5, right? So this didn't scare me because it didn't even give me a green dot on the 3 minute. It would have to make like a higher high. So when it started going red again, I was like, I think I got it. Once we broke below this, I was cool. I was like, now I can kind of chill and just ride it out. I was really tempted to ride this all the way down. I just knew that tomorrow, which this is Saturday night right now, I just knew that today would be unpredictable. Teaser was calling out. He's like, Trump might make an announcement. You know what I mean? And he ended up being right about that. And lately, the announcements have been coming on Sundays instead of Saturdays, too. So I was like, I want to close this today, especially because I won. You know what I'm saying? I caught the top so good. I'm like, green is green, baby. Green is green. Okay, so write it down. Bro, this is so much money in such a short amount of time, just from here to here, you know? I was a little bit worried. I think I called it out in the Discord. I said, look, it's sitting right here at support. I won the move. If I was really trying to scalp, I would have taken it. I just knew that we were at a top and Bitcoin was still dropping. I was like, this is the top. This is the scam wick of the reversal is what was my thesis. So then I wrote it down to here. I think I got out here. Yeah, I got out about right here. Let's see. Let me go back to. Oops, not this one. I got out about right. I called out in the Discord. There. Here. That was a nice move. So you see it started slowing out. And it was right, at first it kind of went higher, went a little bit lower. So I was like, it was the right move at the time. You know what I mean? I was like, I didn't want to sit here and watch this all day. I had work to do. So like, boom, like what a great entry and exit. And I'm telling you, there's something about breakout prop 1 minute candles that get me zoned in. It really, you do start feeling, especially if you sit here and watch it all day, you can do that shit 3-4 times a day. And you can't, this is not financial advice, but for me, what I've done plenty of times, I wrote that on there. It's like, you can do this all day. As a matter of fact, I have done this all day, plenty of times. And what happens is, this one I made, I did well on this one. Let's see what I got on this one. 400 and something, 427, which was a lot considering my position size wasn't that big. So again, the position size was only a few grand or something on this one. So I was like, I could hold it and I would have made more than double that probably, but I wasn't trying to do that. So you can make like batting singles, right? If this was 400 and something, you do that 3-4 times a day, you're already at, $1,200, $1,500, $1,600 a day. You see what I'm saying? This is why you have the days where I was getting 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, especially when you do it every day, you start getting better at increasing your position size. And for me, I'm telling you, I was only using all the trades I had on. It was Ethereum short, virtual short, and EIGEN short. And the whole thing only added up to about 12 grand. So I got $100,000 portfolio I'm trading with here, but I'm only using $12,000. You know what I'm saying? So like, I haven't really been trading. That's actually yesterday was my first day really trading virtuals. So I wasn't 100% familiar with it. So that's why I was starting small. And I wasn't even, when I originally started touching it, I wasn't trying to scalp. But what happens is you start realizing, okay, that's how much that made me in that short amount of time. The short squeeze came. It was ever down, not very much. You're like, I could probably double that position size next time. You know what I'm saying? And then you watch it all day, and then you wait for the right opportunity, and it happens again. Before you know it, you start making $500 a trade, $600 a trade. You know what I'm saying? Or you just do 2 of those. Now you at $1,200. You get what I'm saying? And man, that can add up. But watching, I highly recommend one time you take the day and just cut out an hour, and I'm going to watch my favorite ticker on the 1 minute candle. Good night, Blockchain Cowboy. Thanks for helping out. As always, been a great mod, brother. So the 1 minute candles, man, you learn a lot. You feel me? So that was that. I definitely wanted to go over that because it was picture perfect the way I caught the top of that, man. And that's exactly what I love to do on these short squeezes. So, okay. Let's see. I had a couple other things I definitely want to talk about. So, yeah, I wanted to say in general, too, like I said at the beginning, this is not financial advice and all that kind of stuff. But, you were saying goodnight to Andrew. Okay, yeah, Andrew's way out in the UK. I was like, I know Blockchain Cowboy's here. Oh, yeah, I see it right there. All right, good night, Andrew. I was like, I'm not one of these people. So if you guys are new to the channel, I'm not one of these people who makes a lot of outlandish claims about price predictions. I pretty much almost never make a price prediction. My Discord group can tell you guys that. I'm usually looking at the momentum. And when it stops is when I'm getting out. Bitcoin's going to 100K. I don't know. How the hell does anybody know where the hell a price? Nobody knows that, you guys. And I get it. There's TA up here. But to me, I will always say it. It's like this is the cake and this is the frosting. So this is the price chart on TradingView. This is the oscillator. The oscillator is like 80% to me, you guys. I'm not exaggerating. If it ain't right down here, I don't give a damn what it says up here. Down here is where I make my decision because all I really need to know to make money is what direction price is going in. That's the beautiful thing about trading. You got a 50-50 chance it's going up or it's going down. But these momentum waves, they don't lie to you. You know what I'm saying? It's not like this momentum wave is going all the way down within this 3 minutes and then it's going up. And the more you zoom in, the shorter the time frame, it's like the more precise they are because it's kind of like less room for margin of error, basically. When you go on like the daily, then yeah, maybe you will see a big-ass spike before there's a dot showing up on the daily. So down here, if you guys are not familiar with Market Cipher B, This is where they have the momentum waves. Market Cipher has a lot more than that, just for my scalping strategy, because it happens so fast, and I'm trying to simplify this for everyone. I really am mostly only using the blue waves and the dots. Now, these are RSIs. I know what all this other stuff does. There's RSIs are these two, this green and this purple, and then there is the money line. A lot of people have it shaded, but I have it goes green one's above and red. That's this line here. Let me make this bigger. This is Market Cipher B. I drew on the 75 lines. I just like knowing when it's like extreme. They have the 60 line here. I like the super extreme. Like when it comes up here, I know there's going to be a big drop coming. That's my thesis in general. You do have to be careful, but you want to make sure that it's actually rolling over before you go in, okay? Or there's bear divs and all that stuff. We're going to go about, if you know about bearish divergences and bullish divergences, we'll go over that another day. But basically, these RSIs, they tell you something. I'll look at them if they're rolling over or if something's happening. I'll take a look at them. But the main thing is these blue momentum waves, and the green means it's going up, and the red means it's going down. That's it. That's all it means. But they're different on every time frame. Now watch. We're just gonna cycle through them. Okay. I'm gonna take us to the beginning. I want to go to the beginning so that way you can see how the waves move. Okay. So we're gonna start here, right? As you go through them, I look at all the time frames basically. Okay. So this is the 1 minute. It's gonna roll up kind of quick. It's gonna start looking different. But now look how the 5 minute turns into 10 minute. We're just watching this wave right here and this wave here. You see the zigzag up, 10 minute, 12 minute, still a zigzag up. It's not much different. 15 minute, it's a zigzag up. Okay, 20 minute, still same zigzag up. 24 minute, still a zigzag up, but you see it's getting squisher, right? Squishy now. 45 minute, now the 1 hour, and now where's the up one? You see, it starts to disappear slowly. Look, watching this top one, right? It starts to go down because it's a smaller. It's a smaller wave because it's a bigger time frame. You see what I'm saying? And so it's almost just like waves in the ocean. They just roll smaller waves, roll up to a bigger wave. You see what I'm saying? So I literally go through all the time frames. Like if I'm looking at a ticker, I just go through them all. You get what I mean? It doesn't take that long. Would it take me 30 seconds? You know what I'm saying? And you start to get a feel for, oh, this is what's been happening. This is telling me the story. I'm zooming in on it now. Okay. The zigzag is happening. I can do it this fast, and I start to see, okay, what's going on. All right. And now you start seeing this is what happened within these two waves. So this is an easy one because 10 is twice as big as 5, right? Whereas, there's a bigger difference here, right? So in this little red dot, if I press the 5, all of this happened basically like between that little time period, right? A lot of stuff happened, So you got to zoom in if you want to be precise. But I want to zoom out so I can know the greater trend. Pretty clearly here, the trend's going down. The RSI is kind of pointing down. The money flow going down. All these things kind of point down. This is the VWAP, volume weighted average price. But it's kind of utilized differently if it's on the price charter on here. But basically part of Market Cipher core strategy is it's not just looking at what the VWAP's doing. It's if the VWAP is crossing. If it's crossing up right when you're seeing your bear div or whatever, it's the moment that it crosses is where it matters on the VWAP, just so you guys know, okay? It's not just the fact that it's down here or whatever. This doesn't mean so much as at the moment it's crossing in confluence with everything else. So yeah, Market Cipher B is my bread and butter, and then we got up here is the frosting. And that's where the regular TA comes in, where people draw on support and resistance, that kind of stuff. Now, right now, I am in Jasmine, short, okay? It is sitting right at, it broke below it. It was sitting around here for way too long. Let's look at it like on the 10 minute. Oh, it's sitting, look how flat it is. It's sitting on some kind of support. It made its own support. Oh, no, there it is. It is sitting at support right here. You see this wick? This is why you got to zoom in also, guys. You see this support right here? Right at the bottom of that candle is where it's sitting. It doesn't want to break. Someone has a wall. What we call a wall. So, God, you guys, I have so many stories. Let me go back to the price chart to show you what a wall is. So this is the order book, okay? When I was trading with the guys with the big money, the millions of dollars in TradFi, this is when I was trading stocks, he would go in every day. I'm telling you, it was like, have you guys ever seen the cartoons with, it's Wile E. Coyote, but he's trying to fight the sheepdog, and he's trying to steal the sheep, and the sheepdog's keeping from the sheepdog, got to pull his hair over his eyes to see the sheep look like he can't see, and then Wile E. Coyote's trying to steal the sheep, and the sheepdog always beating his ass? I swear to God, it's like that. They had the ones where you check in the morning. He's like, clock, hey, Sam, hey, Fred. And then they clock in the morning. Then they're enemies. They fight during the day. And then in the day, he's all beat up. And then he clocks out. That's basically what these guys do in TradFi. Okay? That's basically what they do. After hours, they pull their walls. But during hours, they go in the trenches. And it's really like the trenches. So this is what they're doing. if this was an order book where I could see farther, one guy goes in, somebody's put this in here, a long meaning someone who's betting to go long, greens, has put in a wall here. It's somewhere right here. You can kind of see the order book here. If I could see down farther, this is by every tick, we would be able to see it. Somebody somewhere has like $1 million. I'm exaggerating. Someone has somewhere the amount of shares right here that this price action just will not break through to the downside. They won't let it. So it'd probably be wise for me to take profit right now, just because it'd probably be a bounce for it to drop. That being said, sometimes there's a person at the top who has a wall. These kind of things, and maybe it's not one person, it's just general support and resistance. A lot of people think that right here is going to be a buy. I don't know. This looks a little conspiratorial for me right now, the fact that it's just so flat and someone's trying to push it down. The shorts are trying to fight. And that's what we were doing when we were trading. Somebody would come in the morning, clock in, put up the wall, and we would come, he'd say, slap it. And we would just slap. You would see like 60,000 shares or something. Like, he's not trying to really sell 60. We were going long because my guy hates shorts. I short so much I can't trade with him anymore. But we were going long, and he's like, slap it. And I'd buy like $500 worth. He'd slap it, another $500 worth. What we were trying to do is break through his wall and cause a short squeeze. Now, here's the thing. A short squeeze like this right here, this wick. You see these little, I don't know if you can even see it. These wicks right here. Can you see that wick? Oh, there it is. This little wick right here is basically a little short squeeze that happened, right? So what we were trying to do was basically punk him into removing his wall, and then we would just cause this, and then we would take our profit. Now, let me tell you something. It worked like twice. Most of the time, the shorts were pretty strong, right? They set up their wall and go eat lunch. I don't know what they was doing. And we're just buying all their damn shares. But the way to get out of it is in the pre-market. In the next morning, if we were stuck in that trade and we couldn't get out, we're underwater or whatever, because my guy, he had so much money, he would set up a wall to the downside. So we knew during the day, we would just fight during the day, playing a little gap. This is not the good way to trade. But what it did was it showed me like I could visualize what the order book, what is going on. When somebody's shorting, like what exactly are they doing? Like physically. It really was like you're in the trenches of a war zone where you got a wall up here and a wall down here and they're just fighting between them all day. And that's like, they kind of illuminated to me like, wow, this is literally what's happening every day in the stock market. I didn't know that before. So we were like, I had a lot of money on the line too, a few $100,000. Like I had a lot of money on the line, and he had millions. And he was like, I should just bust through his wall, but then I'll get a little ding-a-ling-a-ling from the SEC. It's happened to me a couple times before. I don't feel like it happened to me again. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. Because if you buy more than 20% of the float in a day, they will, they'll question you for market manipulation. So you got to be careful about that. They will call you like in minutes. So anyways, we didn't ever bust through any of the, well, we did if they pulled the wall. It only happened like once or twice. But man, I did this for months, you guys. It's too much time. My hands started hurting. We're doing like on the phones too. So anyways, that's what's going on here. Somebody does not want this price to go lower. And I think maybe they thought that OM contagion was going to happen or something. But like this makes me actually want to take profit because I'm up $229. Should I take profit? Let's take a vote right now, you guys. How about this? In the chat, first time ever. You guys vote on what I should do. I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, what if I just have a contest where I allow everybody to make a vote? Should I go long or short? And then I got to figure it out. I got to trade it. Like if we were going to scalp, we could say long or short. You want me to take 75% profit? Anybody else have a vote? All set? Anybody else? I know Andrew went to sleep. Should I take profit on this right now? It's stuck right here. Don't want to go no lower. Green is green. Take the profit is what he's saying. Should I do it? I had to enter quantity here. So market, but where they're gonna let me, and then I would go like this. Honestly, I just like doing market, guys, to make sure I get the hell out. You say 75%. Keep running. Oh, we got some votes against you, blockchain cowboy. Short market. So crypto plumber. Yep, I'm shorting it right now. Dave Digital. What's one mean, Dave Digital? Always take a little profit. Well, not always. Yeah, I feel you, right? Not always. Honestly, I don't even like taking partial profit. I like going for the gusto or getting out. I don't want to sit here and worry about this just for 25% of my money. Give me my money. It could do me like it did Ethereum yesterday, man. Ethereum, I'm telling y'all, man, I could have stayed in this ETH trade. It would have been so nice. And breakout prop, I got out like here. Okay, or no, I got at the bottom. I got it like here. But look, I would have been nervous as hell when it came back. But but I had to take profit set at this line. That's what kind of pissed me off. Virtual, same thing. I had to take profit set like here. And I got out like here. You know what I'm saying? All my take profits would have hit. What else did I have? And then the one ticker that I'm trying to short that's been bearish as hell, don't want to go down. This is manipulation. How come we always say it's manipulation only when it goes against us? This is manipulation. They're manipulating it. Right? It's always market manipulation when it goes against you. Never when it goes for you. Listen, man, let me tell you something right now. The market's never wrong. It doesn't work that way. You can call it manipulation if you want to. The market is never wrong. Whatever happened is what happened. And you got to learn to bet with the manipulation, I guess, right? But, man, this price looks like it's stuck. I mean, is the computer glitch? What the hell is going on? Now I can see it moving like a dollar. It's like they want it to go down, but they just won't let it. You feel me? Right on, Dave. Boy, I want to take it all or none. I don't even want to think about this coin. It was just weird because this was the coin that we've been looking at that was like the one that was doing all this crazy stuff. It was overbought. Like when we look at it on the daily here, look at the daily here. On the daily, this has been bearish as hell. Let me get over here. It's been bearish as hell on the daily. Oh, look at all this. It's toast. And then all of a sudden, it wants to go straight up. I'm like, man, this is fake. Oh, which brings me to this, okay? And the reason why I'm not just taking profit without hesitation is because I'm looking at a red dot on the 8 hour. So now previously discussed, and for the new folks who don't know, Lloyd, my thesis in general is that the 8 hour chart is a good indicator of when the larger trend is starting to reverse. So we start on Bitcoin. I always do my T on Bitcoin first. I know you guys jump in. I'm the shitcoin king, so I'm always looking at all these tiny little micro caps so I can make a lot of big bang for my small buck. But in general, I'm doing TA on a regular basis on Bitcoin. You see all these lines and shit, right? So I just want to make that clear. Bitcoin is my North Star, and then everything. I always say this analogy, like Bitcoin's like the sun. You know, Ethereum's like Jupiter going around it, and then you got the planets with, Solana and stuff, and then the really small altcoins are like fucking asteroids and shit. You never really know what direction they're going to go in. They're doing crazy orbits, you know what I mean? They're all chasing Bitcoin, though, which is the golden sun going around the Milky Way. You feel me? Like if Bitcoin's going in that direction, they're going in that direction too, generally speaking, right? Sometimes they're going the other direction because they're going backwards around the sun, but generally speaking. So when I look at Bitcoin, I'm looking at like a trend reversal. I'm always starting down here at Market Cipher B. I'm looking for when we get a red dot on the 8 hour. Now, here's the thing. I like it to be higher than this, but height is not necessarily a determining factor. It just means that usually if it falls, it's going to fall hard, but not necessarily. If we're in like a really bullish environment, high means it's going to stay high. But we're in kind of uncertain times. A red dot here to me means we're probably coming down. How far down? I don't know. But this is what often happens. Is things start to come down, then they get a retracement. So let's say you didn't catch the top of the short here in Bitcoin, right? That's fine. It comes down, and this is coming down, right? But this don't just come straight down. What ends up happening is it doesn't just come down like this. What ends up happening is there's a retracement. So it comes down like this. You get one more retest somewhere around here, maybe even higher if it's a bullish divergence or something, and then you get the dump. But the 8 hour red dot is the telltale sign. And I did it. I proved it. I've only been live streaming 3 freaking weeks, and I proved it to y'all as soon as we got on here the first week. This 8 hour, the 8 hours obviously going to hit before the 12 hour, right? And there was a red dot earlier, but we talked about this too in the Discord. On Market Cipher B, a red dot can appear, or a green dot can appear, but it's just printing. It has not printed, right? So it's just flashing. You feel me? So basically, when the dot is just flashing, you don't know it could disappear, which is what happened when this wick came back up. But the 8 hour is usually the first one. If you wait for the 1 day, the move's already started. You get what I'm saying? Like, look at this candle here. You know what I'm saying? The move's you already missed it. You're not going to catch the bottom waiting for the 1 day. So the 8 hour is kind of the sweet spot, generally speaking. That's what I look to at least. It worked out perfectly to on the last 8 hour, which was down here. So let me pull up here. I literally caught in on the bottom. I actually did it twice. I gambled when I went in here. I took my profit because I figured there'd be a retrace. There was, and I got in right at 75K, right there. And it just bloop, bloop, just for like a minute went below there, a couple minutes or something, like less than an hour. And then I got in, I rode it all the way up, okay? Now, you see how it was a retrace? And I did that actually the first week I started live streaming. It was the same deal. Let's see, what was it? Where was the last 8 hour? It was it this one? Where it did this? I'm zoom, it was like, yeah, it probably did because it probably went down here and then that wick back up and then we got in and we shorted it back down again. So here, Is this going to turn around, come straight down? I don't know. This has been a wacky-ass weekend, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it will. Maybe some news will come out and just dump the whole markets. But that's what I'm looking at here. Now, if I look at it on Jasmy, that could happen too. Obviously, it's a much bigger wave. This has been such a bearish ticker. I have no reason to believe that this is going to go any higher unless there's some weird manipulation or some crap. Like, who are the buyers? It felt like it ran out of buyers, and we discussed this yesterday. Jasmy pumped early in the morning, right? This is 1 a.m., this started its pump early and then ended, and then everybody else pumped after it, and it was like, I thought for sure I was going to get wrecked. I have not gotten stopped out. Oh, and this brings me to my Audible. So in my Discord, I talked about this, okay? I said, look, maybe I should have taken profit. I said, look, you guys, this where it says limit, this was my original stop loss, okay? And I said, man, I'm not trying to get scam wicked, which I almost did if this is right, but this actually, I changed this before this wick. I said, look, my thesis is this is going down because Bitcoin and everything else was falling. That was my thesis, all right? And I was like, man, I don't want to get scam wicked, and I never do this, and I always say this. You got to learn the rules of trading before you break the rules of trading. If you listen to the recordings, they're still in there. I said, this is what I'm going to do. All right, this is breaking the rules, though. And I want to call this out because new traders don't do this if you don't. Like, I'm taking a calculated risk on this one ticker in this one circumstance. I said, look, this was my stop loss. I honestly hate this entry. It sucked. I chased it here, and then I didn't get back. I should have. It would have been nice to get in on one of these higher wicks, and then I would have had more wiggle room. But this is a volatile ticker, so this is like a full loss. If I take this hit, it'd be a lot. So I said, look, I don't feel like getting scam wicked. Oh, because look at this. Look at this. This one will make you mad. Look, I got scam wicked here on Degen, my favorite short ticker. I entered here, I didn't catch a perfect one again, and I got scam wicked here. I didn't get to re-enter, and look at all this. That would have made up for any losses I took. You know what I'm saying? Like, any stop losses, man, this would have made me hella bread. So I'm like, man, I'm not doing that again on Jasmy. So what I decided to do, let me put it this one. What I decided to do was say, look, this has got $3,000 on it right now. I slapped another $2,000 limit order here. And I usually don't do that. This is the stop loss if this triggers. In Phemex is cool. Actually, I can show you, I think. In Phemex, it will show you what the calculation is. So if you start to, before you actually press go. So I put in 2,000. Open short. What the hell? Sorry, I have it on limit. I got to change the price. Hold on. I want it on. What the hell do I want it on? Let me see. 17785. Okay, so you put in what you want to do it, right? If you hit it one time, this pops up. They tell you down here what your estimated liquidation price would be, okay? Just from experience, I know you can't put a stop loss a little bit before then. You can put it like 80%. Depends on how much leverage you're using. The higher the leverage, the farther away from the liquidation point you got to be. And then some tickers with low liquidity, you got to be even farther. So that's it. Suppose they get liquidated at 17,988. I would get liquidated 17,800 or something like that. You know what I mean? So I have my stop loss set at what? 17,785. So damn near the whole thing. I'm going down with a sinking ship on this. Again, I don't recommend you guys do this. This is a calculated risk versus reward. So far, I've been quote unquote right. Kind of. The move went down. And I did this earlier today. It was before here. And you see, I almost got scam wicked. Okay, I almost did. It would have been nice. I'll tell you what, I probably would be taking profit right now if this extra 2,000 got hit, because that would have been almost, that's 2/3 of this position. And this would have been another, whatever, $150 or whatever it is, $130. I probably would have taken the profit and no vote. But I was like, look, I don't want to get scam wicked. So that was the audible. And I told you guys in the note, I said, look, if I'm wrong and if let's say that limit hits and then I get stopped out, then you're allowed to mock me and make fun of me for not following the rules. All right. You're allowed to make fun of me for not following the rules if I get scammed. If this trigger buy hits and then I get stopped, we'll show it on this one here because my stop loss is here. You're allowed to make fun of me. Okay. Oh, holy shit. Somehow my stop loss ain't showing on here. That's not good. What the hell happened to the stop loss? That's not good. Let's see. 18410. Probably took it off. I don't know why that got off. So approximately 80%. Let me go back to here and show you. My stop loss wasn't in there. Look. So in Phemex, if you're not sure, this is how you create a stop loss. You just click on this here. This is for a position that's already open. Your open positions are down here. You go edit. I already had the take profit in there. Take profits at 80. Yeah, I did 80%. So this is what I would lose if I hit the stop loss. It's not actually accurate because I would lose more than this because I would be in that limit hits. So, oh, no. 785. I got to put in. Oh, that's why. I'm sorry. This is what I did. Now I know why there's not a stop loss. There's a stop loss on the order. So active orders has the stop loss. Thank you. All right. So I do have a stop loss on. So when if this order triggers, then this will enter automatically at that time a stop loss on my whole position, which is only 35% farther down than that. So it's whatever I was going to lose there, plus this amount of money here is what I would lose in this trade. It would suck, and I would probably stop gambling like that again. But I'm like, so far I'm correct, right? I was waiting for this to drop. I'm like, if everything drops, I don't understand how this shit coin is still holding up. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? This coin should have been dropped. To be honest with you, I'm just being greedy right now trying to get this money. No, I'm not being greedy. I'm doing the thing that I think will make me the most money based upon how I've seen everything else move. I just don't. It's kind of tough to gamble on a Sunday, because Monday anything could happen on the news. And a volatile coin like this could just shoot through the moon like one of these candles. It's certainly conceivable. But I'm going to let this one ride. I set this strategy. We're going to go for it. I was like, look, do I do an audible? And this is not an audible yet. It's just that if the audible happens, it will be an audible. Like if this limit gets hit. That's the only open trade I have right now is this one. And I wanted to go over that why I was doing that because it's not it's breaking the rules of trading. I ultimately think the gamble is pretty simple. I ultimately think this blue line will get hit before this red line. That is the gamble. It's plain and simple. So either Jasmine will go up. It'll either go up 20% or it will come down 13%. And now that's not the same distance. That's not how that works. But because the percentages up is different than percentage down. But basically, that's my gamble. And I'm going to let it. I don't have to do anything. I can go watch TV. No, I don't really watch TV. I can go make some more videos, some tutorials and stuff. Go hang out with a chick. Whatever I want to do, whatever happens. I'm living with the consequences. And that's why as I look at this now and I see it going up, I don't know what the final vote was, but I ain't taking the profit now. It was down here or nothing. So we're going to see. And let's take a look at Market Cipher B. Okay, let's first look at the 10-minute. Yeah, this 10-minute rollover. And this is what I told you guys, man. Don't fight a green dot. Don't fight a green dot. Market Cipher B on the 10-minute. Because when you fight the green dot, you never know. But we'll see. Because you just don't know if that green dot's going to turn into a green dot here and a green dot here, a green dot here. Right now we got a green dot in the 45-minute coming. Uh-oh, maybe I messed up. You know what I'm saying? But it hasn't happened yet. Technically, this is still pointing down until there's a green dot. It's just you see a price like this. This time runs out. I bet you a green dot will show up in 5 minutes. That's pretty much that, man. But this is how I'm analyzing this stuff pretty quickly in my brain. I'm just trying to give you guys my thought process, give you some perspective, some experience you maybe haven't had, especially on these shit coins. They don't behave like Bitcoin. I honestly would probably be making a lot more safe money if all I traded was Bitcoin. My TA on that is like, I don't never get stopped on Bitcoin. Oh, what could extend lower? For sure, the momentum wave absolutely could extend lower. It absolutely could. What I'm honestly watching is Bitcoin. I don't know why Jasmine hasn't fallen off a cliff. I feel like there's manipulation. I feel like somebody put a wall up down here. I don't understand why they refuse to let it go lower. But that could be just a weekend or some weird shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They could come out on Monday and just change it. Or actually, what time is it? 5 p.m. my time is a new crypto day, right? Isn't that UTC? 0 UTC? This could all change right when the new day comes. We're going to watch it. We're going to see what happens. Right now I'm getting screwed going against me. But this could all happen right when the new day comes in crypto day. Sometimes there's volatility. So maybe, Bitcoin's going up right now. I can see down here Bitcoin's going up. Oh, 7 o'clock here? Oh, it's your time though. Where are you located? What time zone are you in, Blockchain Cowboy? Yeah, Bitcoin, exactly. Crypto plumber. Bitcoin's going up. And so, and that's the thesis, is that basically it wants to kind of trade with Bitcoin. I mean, it hasn't been all weekend, but the general thesis, if sometimes you watch it long enough, it falls back in line, right? Just like yesterday, this one here was virtual, was not it was overshooting Bitcoin to the upside, but as soon as Bitcoin started going down and I saw that short squeeze, I'm like, it's going to revert to the mean of Bitcoin and come back down. Yeah, so 5 p.m. my time, Blockchain Cowboy. So we're going to know here in 4 minutes if something crazy is going to happen here. Maybe the crazy thing has started to happen, and that's the head fake before time. So I'm going to hold it. I'm going to see. I'm in the green right now, so I'm less scared, if you will. I'm less wiggle room. I mean, like, for it to scam with me, it would have to do a lot. It would have to take a trend change first. So what we're going to see, I want to see Bitcoin, though, real quick. Bitcoin on the 10-minute. Yeah, rolling up. Does it have a 1 hour dot? Not yet. It might when this hour closes here in 3 minutes. But look, I got a lot of support and resistance, I should say. It could bounce off the moving average. Yeah, it could bounce off a moving average. You're talking about this one here. And then I'm looking at Bitcoin down here. You know, like Bitcoin has its support and resistance, these lines. This is a VWAP that I accidentally put on yesterday during the live stream, and I'm just letting it ride in Bitcoin. I put it in like near the peak of the, matter of fact, let's see. I can move it up here. What happens? Nothing. Oh, did it move? Oh, once you hit the anchored VWAP, I don't know if you can move it after that, can you? Oh, no, it's anchored. So you don't actually hit it. That's fine. Oh, did I move something else? Like I added it or something. Yeah, I made another one. Anchor VWAPs are funny. Okay. So anyways, yeah, this could easily do, you know, just a little and then come back down. So this is a long-term swing. All my swings been turned into shorter-term trades because the price action happened so fast this weekend. So I'm like, this is the one. It's the only one I got. I'm gonna let it swing. I mean, I'm in the green. I just do not like. I really don't like how it hasn't dropped when everything else dropped. Everything else is volatile. It was volatile first. This is a crazy move. Look at this. Everything else is volatile, zigzagging, coming all the way back down, and this one's just going flat. Like, what the heck? What the heck is going on? So my thesis is that this is fake. And any move to the downside will break whatever barrier, whoever's wall this is. When this wall breaks, it's going to take the elevator straight down. That is my thesis, my guess. It is my gamble. It's not quote unquote the strategy, but it is a philosophy, or I should say it's not the system, but it is a philosophy specifically for an altcoin like this. I'm in the green. I survived the first, scam wick here. I survived it, and if it comes back to bite me, risk versus reward, I'm going to take it. Now, let me tell you something. Things that could get me to get out of this early, at break even or whatever, right? I missed my opportunity to get out down here now just talking to you guys. And things that got me is I feel like if Bitcoin shows me a lot of strength, like really this was just a dip that everybody's going to come in and buy because, look, it's just about its support too, right? If this really is a dip, like if this really rolls over, I might get out of Jasmine if I think it's now all of a sudden wanting to trade with Bitcoin come Monday or something like that. Technically, Monday is starting in 2 minutes, right? Yep, look at zombies. Yeah, probing line. Yeah, it'll break soon. I mean, that's the thing. It wants to come through, it wants to break. I feel like I missed something in the chat. Oh, Dave Digital, yeah. 8-hour red dot plus a 30-minute turning red. Yeah, I mean, if you guys have Market Cipher down here, a lot of stuff. Just so you know, too, in the Discord, it's not Market Cipher, but I do have indicators set up on the scalping. I want to show you that. I got a lot of tools in the Discord, but I also have a suggestions box. If you guys have anything, a guy who's not Matt, he's not in the chat today. I think he was better at the later time, but he constantly communicates with me on Twitter and Discord. He suggested that I have a channel for, like, call it Crypto School or something, like Crypto 101, like for newbies. And I think that that's a good idea, like a glossary of terms. We have a quote-unquote glossary channel, but it's more like glossary for the Discord. I'm going to make a channel that's more like just for new people. What is all-time high? You know what I'm saying? ATH mean. Like these things, these terms we put in the Discord so people who are new know what they mean. And then maybe we'll expand that out to be a little bit more of a kind of a thing that maybe you can contribute or just have mods contribute at first. I don't want to get real messy like the general chat. In the general chat, have at it, guys. Say whatever the hell you want in here. I know the bot is kind of strict on curse words. You can't post links and that kind of stuff. We just got to keep it like that to keep it clean. Unfortunately, I plan on growing bigger, and so unfortunately, I know we're going to get people in here who do stuff out of pocket, and I just don't want it too crazy. I'm not too worried about the curse words as long as nobody is like, insulting anybody, anything like that. You know what I mean? But the links, we got to keep the links. I can't do links. It's a slippery slope when you do links. It's the only downside. But other than that, you can say whatever you want to say in the general chat. Post whatever screenshots, whatever your thoughts are. We've got some other chats here. The market analysis, I was trying to keep this for when I post my wins and losses. So I might block this one out. I'm not my wins and losses, my entries and exits. So I might block this one out from others, so just doing that. Suggestions, though. Here's the suggestions. You guys can go in here and put any suggestions you have. Wins, if you make a win, post your wins in the wins. Have at it as much as you want. Bold predictions. Oh, bold predictions. I made this. No one put anything in there. Someone we were having, I won't say an argument, but in the chat, people were like, what they think is going to happen in 6 months from now, in a year from now. Is Bitcoin going to go back to 100K? Some people say 145K in 2025. Write it down there. But if you put a price, I want a time frame. So have at it with your bold predictions. We're going to save them in there. And 6 months later, whoever's the most right, or 1 year later, when we check up on it after a long period of time, if somebody's got the most right, we'll give them a prize. We'll give them some experience points and a prize. And just in general, the more you communicate in the Discord, the more experience you earn. And then eventually I'm going to start handing out rewards for people who contribute a lot and get more experience. The bot tracks all that kind of stuff. I have an admin on there. He helps me out. He's like a Discord expert. I never really use Discord that much. So that's why I just hired somebody to help me. And then there's just different news clips. I added this one too. I'm not going to flood this with too much stuff. It's just like when I see something in the news that I think is actual data that's actually helpful, I'm going to post it in here. But again, any suggestions on other things that you find helpful, or maybe you've seen in other Discords that you think would be cool to have here, by all means put it in here. Or maybe you saw a contest you really like. So again, I got to say it too. We're having a contest. I said at the beginning, say it at the end. In the announcements, my admin put out the announcements. There's a contest starting today. I mentioned this in the previous live stream. It is an invite contest. I have to say how you do this, all right? The way this works is you get your own invite link. You have 1 week to invite as many people as possible. The winner of the contest gets a 1 hour Zoom with me one-on-one. We can go over any strategy you want, look at your charts, your favorite tickers, give my perspective on it, maybe give you some insights on how I would play the strategy. Whatever you want, we talk about it for an hour. Anything trading related, and that's what the winner's going to get. I normally charge $250 an hour for one-on-one consulting, so you get that for free. The way you do it is all the instructions are right here in the Discord. You'll see it. You're going to click on the drop down next to the server name. You're going to click on invite, and then you copy your personalized invite link, and then you send that out to whoever the hell you want to send it out to. We're trying to get as many people in here in the community. Right now, we've got a really solid group. I want to keep it that way. And one of the reasons I have the one gate, it's free to enter for the first 50 people. You get 1 year for free, okay? Even after that, I'll probably give 1 month for free. But you're not getting it unless you use my referral link to create an account on Phemex, okay? So do that. Here's my referral code for Phemex. It's an invite link. It doesn't cost you anything extra. You actually get extra bonuses. By the way, there's some good perks you get when you use my Phemex link to sign up. But one of them is like extra bonuses. But it's GMMNX5. You'll see, make sure it says that in the invite link. I actually have a video of how to do it on my YouTube channel. And that's how you, and then what happens is you get a user ID, and then you put it in the verification bot inside of Discord. You go in, and then the next thing they're going to ask for, as a matter of fact, let me bring it back up for you. The next thing they're going to ask for is get free trial. So you're going to click on get free trial, and then it takes you to WAP where you enter your credit card, but it's going to clearly say 1 year for free. You will not be charged anything now. Okay? So yeah, here's the other glossary, but it's more like a glossary for Discord itself. We're going to have some sort of a thing for people who are new to trading. Crypto basics. Here we go, and we'll put in the stuff here. Just mods though for now. All right, let's check out the charts real quick here. Okay, the day started. I would like to see price break through that spot now in the next 5-10. Well, I'd like to see it happen right now, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Let's see real quick here. What is Bitcoin doing? If you notice, I can see both screens. See if I can zoom in a bit. if you notice, see up here, we had the green candle up and a little bit of red. That actually is mimicking what this is doing. Let's see, go to 10-minute real quick. So apples to apples, the 10-minute. Kind of similar. We've gone up and we've come back down again. It's what I'm trying to see is price action of Jasmine now back in correlation with Bitcoin. And that will happen. Things will fall out of correlation and they'll get back into correlation. That's what I'm trying to see. It kind of looks like it might. Basically, just generally speaking, when Bitcoin had a green candle, did Jasmine have a green candle? It may not be the same distance, the same height, relatively even, not even the same. But, like, is it back in correlation? Is it a little bit more bearish or bullish? Over the weekend, everything was doing whatever the hell it wanted to do. That's what we're trying to see. Okay, let's see. What time is it exactly? It's only been 6 minutes, right? I always say that, I leave the first 15 minutes open for a potential head fake. First 15 minutes to 1 hour. You might get a head fake in one direction and then a quick reversal. Now, I will say the open of the U.S. stock market definitely is more of that head fake initial open than like UTC 0 time. However, sometimes it can happen then. So like the key points are stock market open, stock market close, UTC time, and then Asian markets. Those are kind of like the four built-in catalysts, and then of course like if it's the weekend or something, right? So I'm trying to see if something crazy happens right now. So I'm looking at green candle on Bitcoin, slightly red here. This is what's called a doji candle, where it's real thin body. You won't really count it until it's closed. Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing I definitely want to show you guys before we get off here is the Heikin-Ashi candles. All right. Something like the 8 hour for Bitcoin. You turn on a Heikin-Ashi. I had it saved up here. I was like, I haven't looked at Heikin-Ashi on this chart in so long yesterday. But I keep them up here in my favorites. You can set favorites for what type of candles you like to, right? There's the line. This is basically, this is this. But Heikin-Ashi is an average. Yeah, Bitcoin's moving. It's an average, okay? So the reason why they call it trade with the trend, like if you watch YouTube videos or something on it, I probably won't be making one because I don't use them to trade because I'm very precise, as you saw on Breakout Prop, looking at 1 minute. You can't really do that on here because it's like an average of the previous candles. But there's things that tell you stuff like the trend hasn't changed until you see the first two candles like this and the second candle has no wick. Like that kind of stuff. It's based on average. So as I'm looking at Bitcoin, right? And I see two candles and the first candle with no wick here. If I'm following the textbook, I wrote this in Discord that I would talk to you guys about this. The textbook, how do you trade Heikin-Ashi candles? That's one of the ways. You got to wait to see two candles and then a candle with no wick. That means the trend is to your favor. I studied these, you guys, for a very long time. I watched them closely. It just wasn't for me, but I do like them at a quick glance on longer time frames. The thing about it, on short time frames, you just can't trust them because you have to be precise. It's too much money on too short a time frame on every tick. But basically, I would fool around. If you never use the Heikin-Ashi candles, all you do is go up here. This is how they're spelled. This is how they look. Wait, they're supposed to say Heikin-Ashi down here. Here they are. This is how they're spelled. And, search YouTube video on it. The Heikin-Ashi, though, is cool. You'll find, like, when you look up videos, they'll be like the title say, trade with the trend, Heikin-Ashi candles. Like, and that's why CryptoFace talks about them, too. Because, he likes to trade with the trend, and that's why that boy be killing it, right? He's not taking too many chances. Now, granted, I don't know how he be catching some of them tops and bottoms. He's killing them. But Heikin-Ashi is the general for the trend. And like I said, there's kind of a textbook way. When I say textbook, everybody has their own strategy, bro. Like, there's no one universal person. But you can kind of start seeing as we go smaller, right, time frame, same idea how I look at the waves that go down all, and you see they start appearing, you start seeing these trends. You get what I'm saying? You start seeing them. You're like, okay, well, what's the trend doing? Uh-oh. We start getting smaller now. We start getting these zigzags. That throwing me off? You know what I mean? So you kind of, and they'll look different on different tickers, right? So now let's see what it looks like on Jasmine. Weird as hell on this ticker. Don't make no sense. I see all these weird wicks. They're not a measurement of like on a regular candle, so the wick will be, it's an average, so it's weird. You see how they overlap, obviously, right? It's not like a regular wick. So it's hard for me to trade off them directly because of the simple fact that they're not like precise. But they give you an idea trend. When it's like this, it's kind of funky. But on Bitcoin, it's a little more clear. And the question is, just because you have one green Heikin-Ashi candle doesn't mean the trend's going up. So if you just get two doji candles, two Heikin-Ashi doji candles, again, the textbook that I learned, if you will, is that the trend is still going your way. A lot of times the people were using them over time frames of like weeks, right? Even months and shit. Like these are like long-term stock traders and stuff. And even the guy in the video I saw was Indian guy, and he was like even he was saying, he's like, on the shorter time frames, maybe not so well. Him short time frame is like less than a day. For me, short time frame is 10 minutes or less, right? So it real depends. Look, but you can use them. This is 10 minutes. Hell, he'll put on a 1 minute. You know what I'm saying? You can still see trends with them. So it's play around with it. And guess what, you guys? If you notice a pattern or something is teaching you something, put it in the Discord. Write it in the general chat. Don't be shy in there. If you guys calling out some good game, some alpha or a tip or a trick or some feature on TradingView that helped you out, call it out in the Discord, and I'll highlight it, and we'll make a note of it. We might bring it up on the live stream. The whole point is to try to educate one another in the group. Maybe I'm driving or I'm out doing something. I can't respond to every message. If someone leaves a question, please respond to it with a genuine answer. And again, I like that I have this gatekeeper aspect of my Discord. It keeps out the riffraff and the jackasses and the trolls and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want them in my group. I get messages every single day from my invite tracker that says so-and-so left the Discord because they saw the link and they came to it, and then they saw the welcome video and they're like, oh, I don't want to have to create a Phemex account with his link. And they left. And that's fine by me because I don't know those people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know them. I don't know. They might come in here and start talking shit. I don't have time for that. I'm not trying to sit here and police the Discord. I want the Discord to be given alpha. This is to be an alpha group. So that's, if you got that alpha, come with it. You know what I mean? We want to hear. Don't be shy. And if somebody disagrees, that's cool too. Be respectful. There ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of disagreement. There's nothing wrong with that. But say why. So far we got a cool ass crew. Ain't nobody bullshitting. Jazz looking bullish as fuck right now. I know, right? I should have listened to you guys taking profit. This don't look so good. This don't look so good at all. Oh, and you'll notice different indicators on Market Cipher B for Heikinashi also on, like, let's see, if there was a red, sometimes there'll be a blood diamond on a Heikinashi, and then sometimes there won't be. Because I remember I caught one. I was told Tom Crown and Jason Casper and some people, there was a weekly blood diamond on the Bitcoin Heikinashi, and they're like, no one even seen it. Like, damn, we haven't seen that. Tom Crown went back years. He was like, we ain't seen that like in forever. And it was right in that August one. Remember when August, we took that dump in August? Remember this shit? Let me show you this. In August, well, it was on the weekly. Let's see here. I'll wrap it up here in a second. It was this one. This one. Oh, I got how many lines I have on this shit. God damn, I was trading the hell out of this. This blood diamond here. And look how ugly that went. All the way down, right? And man, everyone in markets, I remember we caught this short all the way down. But if you turn on the regular candles, I think it was not. It was a blood diamond here. There was one that wasn't a blood diamond. Oh, it showed up later. The weeks were off. Something like that. Anyways, the Heikinashi will be a little bit different than the regular candles when the signals come in Market Cipher B. All right, Dave. How high is this Jasmine going to go? How much am I going to get screwed, or is it going to turn around before it dumps back on me? I mean, is it going to dump before it hits my stop loss? Is it just going to do? I'm in it for the long haul. I'm gambling on Monday. Is it going to do one of these and save me? Or is it going to come all the way back up and the bull market's on again and I'm toast? That wall down there should have given me pause. I should have taken profit. 617's local top. He's talking about the Fibonacci's. Let's see, where is the Fibonacci? I really do not use the Fibonacci. Oh, no, here we go. Right here. I have it in my favorites. So local top. Am I doing this right, Dave? 61. What do you say? 617. I really don't. Am I doing it wrong? I'm doing the wrong direction, aren't I? I never use fibs. Full transparency, they're not my go-to at all. I thought I had it in the favorites. I thought we just established that. Oh, that is it. How do you do it? You're supposed to do it from the local top. Drag from the bottom. Yeah. Oh. From top to bottom. Okay. But from which candle? This one? Or this candle? That's what I'm trying to find out. Is it the top wick here, or are you doing it from the next wick? Let's see. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can see what we're doing here. I don't know. Every time I try to use the fibs, I swear to God, it was hit and miss just like everything else in the price chart. 50-50, bro. Coin flip. I just go on Market Cipher. One time we did an experiment, and I just started losing off these damn fibs. I'm like, look, man, I got to get out of this. And I just started scalp trading around Market Cipher B and got out of it. Local high to the local bottom. So the local high would be this wick then. Okay, let's do it. Local high here. Oh, it's going to make 2. Oh, come on, man. All right. Let's see the local high here. Boom. We can do some Fibonacci's. I want to get used to some of this stuff, though, because some people do use tools more than others. And I got to get back to, because I tried all this shit. Hella times, everything. And I ended up just simplifying it back down because your screen gets so messy and you're like, what are we doing here? All right. So he says the 617. What did you say? The 167. Excuse me. 167 is the local top. Zoom in here. So what does that mean, Dave? That means we're supposed to come back to this golden pocket here and then reverse. 6-1 Nita, right? Are we supposed to reverse right here and then come back down? I can live with that. I'm not stopped out with that. That works fine for me as long as it goes back down after that. Let's see. Well, okay, you know what I'm doing? I'm going to leave this on the screen. We're going to leave it right here. Just tell me, Dave, if I drew it right, then I'll leave it here. We can lock it. Can we lock it? Lock. I think it just stays locked. Does it stay locked? Yeah, it stays locked. We're going to leave it like that, Dave. Just let me know if I drew it right, and we're going to leave it there, and we're going to watch it. Because I think I did. You're supposed to go to the high to the low. Local high to local low. So that should be right. Let's see. Now this, if I'm not mistaken, this is the golden pocket here. 618 to the 167. We check my, what? All right. We see what happens after that. If it breaks above it, then we're going higher, and if it don't, and that's the reversal, right? That's how you use the fibs, right? Tom Crown has a lot of great videos on it. I know Jason Casper uses it a lot. If you guys want to learn more about it, you can search their channels. Yeah, we need to see a rejection, yeah. To continue down. Yeah, and that makes sense. You know, that makes sense. It just, to me, I guess what I found is that I could see all this in real time when I watch Market Cipher. Every time I try to predict price in advance, I don't know, man. Hit and miss. This ain't hit and miss. If this is going up, price is going up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to go up. But I always say I'll tell you when we get there. So we will on this too. Let's take a look. Then and this is the experiment. This is why you tap in with your boy Cassius Cuvée. I'm open to try new things, and we're going to do it real time, real experience. This is why I want to live stream. We're going to see. So we're going to see if it hits this golden pocket and reverses, or maybe it doesn't hit it. What is it? So, Dave, let me ask you this. Let me see. What if it don't do that? Like, what does it mean? What if it does one of these? What does that mean? Does that mean the Fibonacci was right or wrong? That's the thing that always gets me. Is like, okay, was the Fibonacci right? Any price prediction for that matter. Was it right or wrong if it did that? Was it right if it went this? Was it right or wrong if it did this? Or is it wrong if it did this? Like, what is the right or wrong thing? And that's what all price predictions always confuse me with that. I think I called this out like my very first episode. I was like, if the price, or the second episode, I said if someone gives a price prediction of Bitcoin and says Bitcoin's going to hit 100,000 and the price is currently 90K. And so I buy it, and when it gets to 100K, I take profit. But then the price goes to 110,000. If that happens, was the prediction right or wrong? You get what I'm saying? Like, well, it was right. It did hit 100K, but like I took profit on 100K. I could have made 10K more. And that's the problem I always have price predictions. Like, yeah, support and resistance will hit until it don't. You know what I'm saying? Until it goes through, it'll hold. Until it doesn't, you're right until you're wrong. And that's why I kept saying, I was like, man, it was, whoever was supporting this one, they got to say they were right like a dozen times, But trust me, it don't always look like this, okay? It just doesn't, This has been a weird ticker this whole time, So that's why I'm like, what is it, If they were right this many times and then it broke through, were then they wrong? So I don't know. That's why I just go by price predictions. I'm looking at this. Now, granted, this did have a green dot, and I said, what did I say? Don't fight the 10-minute green dot. Bad idea to fight the 10-minute green dot, and sure enough, it's looking like a bad idea. I'm not dead yet. Honestly, the reason why I stayed in this particular trade, instead of just taking it, because usually green is green, give me my money, is because I had some wiggle room, and I was like, I'm gonna test this thesis. I'm going to test it. I want to know. Let's see if my trick works. Let's see my trip. You know what I could have done? I probably should have taken profit. And then if it comes back all the way up to this line, then I would have entered here. I could have done that. Could have taken profit down here. Let's see how much money. Where are we at? Oh, let me go back. Price. I got to go on this one here. $87. Damn, I just gave back $120 or something. $110 or something. Okay, Dave, hold on a second. Breakout makes it easy to follow the candles. Are you saying breakout prop? Hold on, I got the chat way down at the bottom. It's a little bit harder to see down here than you might think. Let me pull it up. All right. Breakout makes it easy to follow the candles with your stop after you have enough profit. Okay, yeah. So when price breaks below the last candle, I'm out. I feel you. Crypto plumber. Chest the 786 retracement. Let's take a look. Go back to that 786. 786, baby. I was gonna wrap it up and turn off the music in the back. Jasmine looking bullish now. Well, yeah. Since this call, I'm kind of glad we did a long stream though today because I wanted to see some action. You know what I'm saying? I want to see some change. Like let's see something happen. You feel me? Let's see something happen. But yeah, Jasmine looking bullish as hell. Okay. 786. 786. 786. Where's our 786? I need to move this damn thing over some. Where's the 786? Do I have it on here? Is that the top? What's the 786, crypto plumber? Test the 786 retracement. You talking about on the Fibonacci, right? What the hell is the 786? I might not have. Do I not have it on my fib? Where the hell is the 786? We're in the fib. 786. I'm looking at these numbers. Shows you 0.65. 615. There's the 0.5 is right here. Where the hell is the 786 at? I see the 618. I know that. That's where the golden pocket starts. 0.65. Where the hell is the 7? You need to check your fib settings. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I don't have it on my fib. Yeah, I got to change the settings. That's what I thought. Yeah, so you could set the fib settings. Maybe we'll do that. Put it in. Do me a favor, crypto plumber. Put it in the Discord. You know what your thesis is on the fibs and what setting you should put on them. That kind of stuff. You know, like I said, I can't even remember. I got into the fibs a long time ago, and I kind of abandoned them a long time ago. So I don't even remember all the details of it. They just weren't working for me. But put some. Yeah, both you guys, if you're in the Discord, put some information on fibs in there, and then maybe we can organize it and put it in that crypto school or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, blockchain cowboy. Always thinking you should take profit. Most times we should take profit. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Anytime you think you should. Look, I could have at least taken a 75%, right? Shit. I could have taken the 75%. Damn it. But you know what? Like, you damn right, man. I swear to God. It's like every time I say, should have taken profit, you shouldn't take profit. Except for yesterday. When I should have taken profit and it should not have taken profit, and I did. Right? Yesterday. And that's also the reason. That's also the reason why I stayed in this damn trade. This time, Jasmine, because yesterday, Ethereum and virtuals would have made me so much money in Breakout Prop, way more than what's in Phemex. On this Phemex account. I have more in my personal Phemex account, but on the one that I'm using for the show, what the hell? Breakout Prop is tripping. Those I'll just show you on here. Yeah, oh, well, shit, look at Ethereum now. But Ethereum dropped all the way down here. Virtual dropped all the way down here. So I'm like, man, if Jasmine don't drop, bro. But I didn't know it was going to get stuck at that support. We should have taken it because I saw, look, man, I rode this from here to here. And boy, did I feel smart until I saw this. Okay? So that's why I'm like, man, I need Jasmine to pull one of these. And then I'll be straight. So, like, let's say, hopefully, if this is where we are now, and this was my entry, and this is my stop loss, hopefully Jasmine doesn't do a higher than this, and then we come down and I get out here. Let's hope that happens. If this is or whatever. If it wants to get rejected off the golden pocket, fine by me. No sweat. Please, by all means, get rejected off the golden pocket. I'll take it. It's getting rejected. Look, it ain't getting rejected on none of these lines right now. I don't know. I can't call it, man. I cannot call it when it comes to the fibs. Uh-oh, what happened to my... What the hell happened to Market Cipher B? There, I don't know. Somehow I got rid of it. We're going to see. All right, so let's see. The problem is this. And this is why I say you don't fight a 10-minute dot when you're scalping. Like I literally had when I was... this is not a scalp, I know, but I literally had a Post-it note up. It's like the 10-minute dot is like the final straw. Do not fight it because what happens is it might turn into a 20-minute dot and then a 30 and a 45. And before you know it, you got a green dot on the 1 hour, and then you just gave back all the gains while you're on your live stream talking to everybody. So, that's why, like you said, if you think you should take profit, you probably should. Because look, if I had taken it right here on this green dot, you know what I'm saying? Even if this green dot didn't show until after it went up a little bit, I wouldn't care about this little bit. You know what I'm saying? And or you wait for the retrace, the retest. The real telltale sign to me was the fact that this was like, what the hell is going on? Like you hardly ever see such a clear line of support like we did here. That's why I was like telling the story about the walls. Like somebody went into the order book, like literally somebody's got money on like over here. Like I wish I could. If I could have the whole order book, I bet you'll see it. Like there's, well, I don't know about for crypto, there's websites and stuff, but there's like places that show you the order book. Like somebody's probably got, like if every order is 1,000, somebody's got like $50,000 worth of buy right there or something like that. Something so big that nothing can break through it. That's kind of what EXO charts. Yeah. That's what you'll see when I say there's a wall up there. It's like the Great Wall of China. Ain't nobody getting through it. And this is just too perfect. This line down here is like too perfect. That's, usually you get a little bit of something, or some wicks down and around. This is like, okay, they don't want nobody to come through here. So that's the reason why in this particular case, it would have been like, take the damn profit and quit playing. But we didn't. So I want to see what happens. We're going to leave this Fibonacci here, and we're going to see. I wish I had a little bit less money on for an experiment, but I'm not scared. I ain't never scared. We're going to see. I just want to know if this happens, what does that mean for Fibonacci's, right? Or if it don't go to the golden pot, if it goes up or down. That's why price prediction is always my thing. It's like, well, what tool or instrument or, we put on moving averages. We can put on a whole bunch of shit. Who was right? You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, what was the thing that determined that the price was supposed to bounce off of? I could draw infinite amount of lines on here. I could put on volume things. I could put on Bollinger Bands. I could put on VWAPs. I could do all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. I don't know what is the thing on a price chart that guarantees me that something's going to move. The answer is there's no guarantee. And I get it. It gives you targets. But I'm looking at this first. Now, in this case, like I said, yeah, it was green. I should have went long and or took in profit. But that's why I like short-term trading, too. Just give me my money, bro. There's always a new opportunity tomorrow. Always. I'm actually just really betting on this ticker being bearish. It's not hopium, but it's this. I feel like they ran out of buyers. Now, the problem is whoever that buyer is real strong. Real strong. But somebody been selling, okay? And we got this, like, come on, man. Like, really? This seemed like dead count bounced written all over it. That being said, what I was trying to write in the private Discord is that there is such a thing in trading. I learned it from stocks, actually. Like, something is so bad, it's good. Something is just so beat down. Look how beat down it is. We got to go way back to the beginning of the bull run in 2024 to be this low. Like, damn, it didn't even get this, this came down hella far. You know what I'm saying? So probably somebody was like, look, enough's enough. We're buying this up first chance we get on a bull pump for like market-wide bull pump. And they did. The thing about it is, how come everything else remained volatile once it got up here and then this one just held? It seemed like it was mostly to spite me. And I would be less mad if I had gotten this one, my favorite short, to not stop me out. This. Oh, you sucker. Look how much. Look at that. This was like, I had a pretty nice size position too. This would have been super big. I probably would have got out like here, probably. I can't promise you I would have wrote it here. But we'll see, man. This has been a bearish ticker, like long term. This weekend has been wacky as fuck, y'all. This weekend has been weird, man. I don't trust anything, honestly, from what I've seen this weekend, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't really trust anything. We got Market Cipher B, MF. What's MF, Dave Digital? Market Cipher B, MF. Oh, money flow. So money flow is this one here, this red line here, if you guys can see it. That's money. Here, I'll do it bigger. And for those who don't know, this is money flow on Market Cipher B. So it's green when it's up and it's red when it crosses below the 50 line. So he goes Market Cipher B, money flow, fibs, fixed range volume profile, candle info equals golden TA. I wish boy, Dave, I wish it was that simple all the time. Never lose a trade. I mean, listen, man, if that works for you, I suggest you stick with it, because at the end of the day, you got to have good bankroll management, and you play the probabilities, and you in the long term, you stay in the game, you become a winner. So if that works for you, do that shit every time. For me, I zoom all the way in. I'm looking at Market Cipher B on the scalping momentum waves. My system gets me out when something's going against me, like I should have here, and that keeps me in the game. You know what I'm saying? He said lose playing. But look, all you need to do is win 51%. As a matter of fact, you can have a lower win percentage and still be profitable, right? So some people's strategy, I remember a long time ago, AJ was talking about, he's like, I'll lose 10 trades in a row because I have a tight ass stop. What he's trying to do is call a top, kind of what I was talking about yesterday. Yesterday, when I kept saying how we put in stop loss as a tight, like if you think, let me show you, like here, we'll say here, right, on this one here. If every single one of these you were calling the top, every single one of these wicks you thought was the top, every single one you thought was the top, and you kept putting a little stop loss here and then a little stop loss and then a little stop here, you could lose this all the way up, and you'd be mad that you lost 9 times in a row, but they were small to small stop losses, and then you caught this one, you would have made it all back and then some. You get what I'm saying? So everybody has a different strategy, and to me, the real difference maker, I don't care what strategy it is bankroll management. You got to have a system so you don't go down with a sinking ship. You got to have a system that you cut your losses before things get ugly. And sometimes you get mad because you say, oh, this would have ran farther, or whatever the case may be, or I got scam wicked, right? I'm mad about my scam wick right now on Degen, right? But like, and I could have. I had wiggle room. I had enough room to put the stop loss a little bit higher, But I was doing it off of, what was I doing it off of? Let's see what I was doing. I was ballparking here. I can't remember the exact thought process. Oh, okay, I can show you. I was going here, right? I was using this wick as my line, and then also just the percentage of money, right? The percentage of the position. I didn't get the best entry in the world, say, right? You know what I'm saying? I was thinking maybe this was going to be the reverse. It comes down, right? Or I don't know where I must have entered here. I don't remember why. So, I entered too early. That's probably what happened. I probably entered on the way up. I probably entered. I know what happened. I can tell you by looking at it. I know my trading strategy. Risk management, the discipline to stick with it. Exactly right, Crypto Plumber. Yeah. And this is why I like to have risk management built into my system and stick with it. If I had stuck with it just now on Jasmine, my discipline, I wasn't scalping, so that's why I give myself a pass. It wasn't a scalp, it was a swing. So technically speaking, I'm okay. I'm looking at the 8-hour red dot, and that's what I'm going off of. But if it was a scalp, my discipline tells me to get out no matter what on a green dot. So like you say, stick with it. I would, I'd be green right now, and I would be high-fiving Dave, Blockchain Cowboy for telling me to get out, right? So anyways, I can tell you what I try to do right here. I'm almost certain of it just off recollection. I probably saw this wick go up and saw this coming down and thought that was the top. I probably thought something like that, and maybe this even flashed red here, maybe. I don't know. I probably did that, and I got in and set my stop loss and got stopped, and I was one away from the top. That's probably what happened. And I probably could have set a higher stop loss, but I was trying to set a tight stop loss. Now, if we come all the way back over here, you're like, well, why did you set it there? Maybe it had something to do with this line. Maybe, or maybe it was just a matter of money percentage. I don't remember at the time. But, it's kind of a little bit harder. In theory, possibly, probably, coulda, shoulda, woulda set it here. Let's see how this trends. If I had put this line here, would I have made it? Maybe. I would. Look at that. Look at that, you guys. So, yeah, I should have set my stop loss here. Again, a ticker like Degen, though, you guys, this is the thing, man. Let me tell you. These shit coins will break the rules. I didn't want to bring this up because it sounds conspiratorial, but there is such a thing as stop hunters. So exchanges themselves can actually trade against you. Now, do they care about my little Degen money? Possibly not. However, Degen doesn't have that much volume. On this trade, I know I didn't have that much money. But I've been in Degen down like a lot of money, you guys. 5 figures and shit. Degen don't have that much liquidity. They definitely could be stop hunting me on Phemex on something like that. So, like, in theory, the only reason I say that is because in theory, you think you're going right here, and in hindsight, oh, I wouldn't have got stopped. But in real time, if I had been here, they might have just went the bloop, bloop, and stopped me. I'm telling you, it's conceivable. I've heard it so many times. People that are stop hunters and stuff. I believe them, bro. I do. I believe them. Even in Breakout Prop, where when I set my my stop loss above the last wick high or whatever, like I like to do, I will set it a little bit higher than that, okay? Because they will come and bloop, bloop, and you're like, oh, man, if I had just set my stop loss here, I would have made it. Not necessarily. Someone might have got you. So I don't know, hindsight's 20/20 on that. But it is interesting that if I had set my stop loss above this wick, but then you say, why this one? And then, why not this one? Well, eventually, I'm running out of wiggle room here. Like I said, I didn't get the best entry. What I could have, would have, should have done is maybe set my top stop loss a lot sooner. Should have just got out of it and then try to re-enter. I had to go, though. I remember I had to go. I had to leave. So anyways, that's why I prefer, again, also scalping, because I can watch it in real time. If this had happened, like I'll put it this way. Me knowing me, if I had got stopped right here on a big-ass wick like this, I probably would have been mad and I would have re-entered somewhere on this wick. Just me being me. If not, it would have been about the top of this wick. I probably would have re-entered. I seriously probably would have. Because I would have seen a red dot here, right? Think about it. I would have seen a red dot on the 10-minute here. I'm like, what the hell? I mean, this was me. Ultimately, guys, this was the wrong play, right? I was trying to top tick is what I was trying to do, right? That's what I was trying to do. And technically this is a 1 hour green dot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't have been trying to top tick. I should have waited till I had a confirmed reversal. What time was this? 7 in the morning when everything was pumping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't have even tried to top tick. I should have waited till that ended. I said that yesterday in the stream too. We should have just waited. I'm telling you, this feels a lot like last year's spring and summer, where Saturday everyone would pump early in the morning, and by the time it was afternoon, that's when things would settle down. And then if you're thinking you're going to short for the weekend, you'd wait sometime between then and the rest of Saturday, and then Sunday everything would dump. And like, that's exactly what happened. And we talked about that here on the stream too yesterday. Like, that's what it felt like, and sure enough, that's what happened. So no reason to try and top tick when everything is bullish. Lesson learned, right? Now back to Jasmine. Let's see, we getting any hope here? Any hope? A little. It's going to be hard to turn this 1 hour green dot red. That could be hard. Oh, it just disappeared. Y'all saw that, right? It came back. Son of a bitch. But they disappeared again. Right when I said it's going to be hard, it disappeared. Wow, look at that. Came right up to that line. Printing, exactly. Printing, not printed. Printing. And we've got 21 and a half minutes left. I still believe Jasmine's a shit coin, and this is bullshit. That's my thesis, ultimately. In a nutshell, this is fake. This is what's fake. This. And we ran out of gas because the reason why is because I should have been stopped a long time ago. When everything else pumped and it didn't pump, I'm like, there's no more buyers left. But there seems to be a determined buyer on this line. He's like, damn it, that's the bottom. But I'm telling you, it's weird when it's like the weekend and shit. Let's see if I survive through Monday. Let's see. Jasmine's so weird. And that's the other thing, too. When you're really dealing with the weird shit coins and altcoins, the standard issue trading and TA and fibs and all that kind of stuff work like less. They're so wonky. These coins, they got these low liquidity. Manipulation really is real when something has that much low liquidity, because literally exchange or somebody can just put in a market maker, just put in some money and do whatever the hell they want to do. So you always take a bigger risk with those ones, which is why the shit coins, I really like scalping those. Just get in and get out, because you never know. So a shit coin like this, I probably wouldn't even be scalping. I'm kind of trying to make back some money I lost, to be honest with you. But like, I just don't buy it. I put it this way. If Bitcoin decides to be bearish either the rest of tonight or tomorrow morning, I think we break this and Jasmine hits my target down here. I still might get out early, but like, this is my take profit right here. I still think it could happen. I got a little bit of wiggle room before this. That's very promising to me that this limit buy didn't get hit on this scam wick. That's really what I'm thinking about. I'm really looking at it like that. Like my risk versus reward gamble, if you will. The thing I'm trying to base the reason why I didn't take profit right here is that this wick does not scare me. I feel like if there's some, because remember I said it in the Discord, like it was about here. I said if a scam wick comes, that's why I'm putting in this limit here so I don't get stopped. The scam wick came, but it didn't reach it. And I'm like, okay, that tells me there's enough, buyers ran out right at this level, right at this level. You can see it on the same one. I put an alert. The dotted line is the alert. I put the alert there. And look, 2 to T, it's like $2 to dollar. Look. That wick went straight to here. You know what I'm saying? That tells me just like somebody doesn't want the price to go any lower than here, somebody don't want it to go higher than here. And all of that could change tomorrow and I could be screwed. But my guess is that it could go down. If I'm wrong, there's my stop. That's it, man. That's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? We started with the altcoin daily. Listen,
yes.
you guys have been great. I love the input. And there's no one crown that rules them all. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to trade,
Either
man,
bull market balling or bear market building. Demystifying daily because they be fully revealing the latest updates in cryptocurrency. Encourage me to learn and see and get dope urgently. They certainly alerting me to small cap gems, the kind you'll be like, I wish I bought them all back then.
Turn it back down. My take profit is at 13350 is my take profit. Let me show it. That might be too low. I might take it. All right, Floyd. Hey, Lloyd, thanks for joining. Peace, brother. Where are you from real quick, Lloyd? If you're there to state, what country are you in? Bitcoin taking out the 200, the moving day average on the 5 minute. Okay. My take profit is at, I already said it, but let's see. You want to see what the calculation is. So it's 013335. And it would be $569, which is a bit Louisiana, right on, which is a pretty big position considering that this is my trading. Just so you know, Lloyd, right when I started live streaming a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, I started with $1,000 in here just to see how it would go. This is a sub account, so I have my real Phemex account, and then I got that other one. Right on, ATL in the house, Metro ATL. You got to make sure you know he's from the city. Right on. Yeah, and so, or is Metro ATL, is that a name of an actual city? No, that just means the city of Atlanta, right? Is that what that means? Maybe, I don't know. I'm not from Atlanta. I'm from, just so you guys know, I'm in a town. I'm from Oakland, California. That's where I'm broadcasting from right now. For sure. Yeah, we're going to see. I'm not afraid. My whole point is I'm just not scared. I'm not scared. Oh, the suburbs. Okay. I'm not scared right now. That's all I'm saying. I'm not scared. Maybe I'll get scared if we get negative again. I'll be scared if my limit hits. But I want to know why. See, that's the thing. Every time something happens, I'm like, okay, Bitcoin hit 100K. Okay, but how did we get there? Why did we get there? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it was the election, this and that. Like, I want to know why. When something happens, okay, how did we get there? Did it give me just a straight shot down? Or did we grind our way up? Was it some news event? Was it, did XRP win a lawsuit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm taking yesterday we got a call from a young lady. A question from a young lady who, I don't know if she's listening out here today. And I appreciate that when women join a group, by the way. I always say we got to invite more women out here. But she was asking about qualitative versus quantitative. And it was like, well, can't you do both? And the short answer is, well, yeah, hell yeah, you can do both. I choose to do technical analysis more so, but that's also because of my bias to do super duper short term. Okay, you guys. So the more short term you go, the more likely you're just using numbers and charts. I mean, because it's just like what news is happening every 10 minutes, right? I'm looking at 10-minute waves, right? So that's probably why. But on the general sentiment, we know about tariffs. We know what people are talking about on Twitter, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely other pieces of information that aren't just plain numbers. You feel me? That I'm taking into consideration. But this is why. I can't do only qualitative analysis because of the fact that I don't know how you trade off that. I'm just not precise enough. Same reason I can't trade off the Heikenhashi, right? It's just, you see, I showed you, you know what I'm saying? I'm down in here. I'm down in here on the 1 minute. I promise you, there was no, hell, I didn't even use technical analysis. Okay? I didn't even use technical analysis to get this. You get what I'm saying? I used price action. This was a short squeeze. There's no exact formula for this. I promise you that. I promise you that. And I'm telling you, the way I got good at it is just by staring at it all day long. But man, you get yourself a ticker. I honestly, I could have done it yesterday on Ethereum. It was getting late and stuff, and I had work to do. But like, I proved it with this one on Ethereum, with this little teeny tiny scalp right here. Cause see, I had gotten out here, and when I saw this happening, I kind of thought this might be the next top, and I could re-enter, come down here. But like if I had been scalping, I probably would have done it. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have done the thing. And you can see on some of my older screenshots, I haven't been in Breakout Prop in a while, but on some of my older screenshots, you could see I was catching tops and bottoms, and you know what I mean? And you're like, well, how did you know that? I was like, bro, it's just in the zone. And the way you get in the zone is you like this. You're over here looking at it like this. Trust me, I was zoomed all the way in. All the way in when I was on this one. This is 3 minutes went by. You know what I'm saying? 3 minutes. Oh, this is the 5 minute candle. I was like, what the heck? Only 3 minutes went by. So it's like it's not even normal technical analysis. Like you don't have time for anything else. You got market buys and market sells, and you got Market Cipher B on the 10 minutes or less, 5 minute, 3 minute, 1 minute, you know? And I'm zoomed in this far. That's how you catch a wick like that. I'm telling you, I'm looking at the candles themselves go like this. Obviously, there's no like, maybe you could call that qualitative, right? It's my feeling, my gut feeling on candle movement. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it wasn't no lines I drew. It was the fact that I could just see wicks coming and going and appearing, and you literally see them flickering. Let me see. Let me see something real quick. Last time it was right after I got off. I looked over and I seen everything. I had to like send it out and do whatever I had to do to end the stream. Oop, come on. Damn. Doing this the long way. Okay. When you get here, okay. So you see how it's flashing colors, right? Green, red. That's the order book trying to fight, right? That's this happening, right? Green, red, green, red, green, red. That's this, right? It just sit here. Watch it with this open even. This is the tick by tick, which is nice. You can't, unless you have a higher expensive version of TradingView, you can't see the ticks. So, okay, we're on a super duper zoom in ticks. And the other way too, you know what? There's another way too. This is Ethereum, so you got a lot of price action. Do it on a smaller ticker, a ticker with not much volume. And you see how it's a little easier to see here. Oops, I kind of got off the screen. You see how it's a little easier to see here? Let me go to virtuals here. I better zoom out here. Oh, I got 1 minute. What you're gonna start noticing? Okay, you see these whites? It don't even move, and it skips, it gaps and shit. You see what I'm saying? Like on Ethereum, because there's so much action, it kind of moves too fast. But you start seeing every little tick in slow motion. You see that? Like your eyes can actually track that shit. And you see the spread when it opens up and it closes. Like this is real life price action in real time. Somebody buying versus somebody selling. And maybe it's a computer, but like you're seeing the price action. Like you're witnessing it in real time. What is going on? What printed here? Why is this happening? Where's the spread? Like I'm telling you, I sit there and watch this shit. And you start to get a feel for a ticker. And like you see it gap down over here. And you're like, okay, and that's why I would trade DJ and I'd be zoomed all the way in. And you would just see, because it's such low liquidity, it takes a lot. And because there's low liquidity, this was the trick. I'd have Bitcoin up on the other side. If Bitcoin just all of a sudden made a big move, I'm talking we got seconds, less than a minute. But like DJ or something like this hasn't moved, I'll short, it's just been kind of sitting still, I'll put in my short. And then what happens is before you know it, you catch like 5 units down. When normally it moves like 1 or 2 up and down, hella slow. All of a sudden it has to like catch up to Bitcoin. And I don't know how this works, bro. These are like algorithms doing arbitrage and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Across platforms and shit. So it's kind of the whole shit is kind of fake, bro. All these markets are ran by computers, But what ends up happening is you're zoomed in so far looking at second by second, tick by tick, that you can front run that shit. And when you're on Breakout Prop, you got, you might have 10,000 on it. And every tick is $10, 10 ticks, $100. That'd be about an even number for me. Maybe let's say I'll have 12,000. I wouldn't have too much on Breakout. On DGen. You only need like $1,000 though. You know what I'm saying? Every tick, basically, every one of these ticks would be $10. Is how it would work out. So 10 ticks is $100. And a lot of times I would close out positions that were like just $150 at a time. $150, like $90, $80, $150. Now, the downside is you would lose $10 on every entry because of the spread. That's the downside. The spread is so thin, if you set a limit order here, it just might not fill. So I'm like, okay, I got to be one better than the spread. Like I'm a miser with this shit. I'm bean counting, right? I got to be one better than the spread in order to make back that $10. So because as soon as you enter, it says red minus 10. You see what I'm saying? Unless you're like chasing and then really with the trend late and then it catches right up. But like if we enter and all things being equal and on the spread, nothing was moving, you're minus $10. You're minus the spread, minus however much you have. So you have to take that into consideration and you're like, okay, you live with that because I'm about to make $100 and close out 90 and it was a shit coin too. So I didn't really have much because it was so little amount of money to put on to make more money. The fees were lower. So that kind of offset the spread amount a bit. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, my point is, it's in slow motion.
This is so, I could literally track tick by tick, and I'm watching candles in Market Cipher B, and I don't give a damn about none of the other stuff. It's not swing trading. It's like super duper micro scalping. It's a hell of a game, but it's like when you start small like that, and then you start zooming out, you start seeing some of the same patterns, and you're like, cool. It's just like, I just liked it because I could close out and go to sleep every night or go get lunch or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can go do other stuff because my trade might last me 30 minutes, and I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Or might last you a couple hours maybe, but if you made $500, $600, $1,000, $1,200, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? You're like, okay, I woke up this morning from 7 a.m. to noon. I scalped. I made $2,000. I'm good for the rest of my day afternoon. That's for me. That's, I was like, okay, why not? That's cool. You know what I'm saying? I could have done bigger. So I'm just giving my real life like examples. This is how I approach breakout prop. No one taught me this. I just zoomed all the way in. I kind of learned this, honestly. This is just how my brain works, but I learned it from, you guys know I'm a musician. I make music and stuff, and so I use the DAWs. That's how you edit software and shit, like we do recordings and make beats and shit. I would zoom all the way in on those sound waves to get stuff lined up. If you're sampling or whatever and get every single thing on beat, I'd literally zoom in as far as they would let you. And that's basically what I'm doing on a trading chart. And that should be working. So anyways, y'all, I appreciate you guys for joining. I know it's an extra large stream on a Sunday night. Y'all are the best. I'm going to make sure I have the best Discord. We got the contest starting. If you're new to Breakout Prop, you get a discount when you use my affiliate code when you purchase the evaluation. So you definitely want to do that, GGRF7W, because it'll save you some money. And any alpha you got, drop it in the Discord. Don't be shy. Shout out to the folks who didn't make it, Matt and Teaser. They're good at inputting stuff. And maybe they'll watch this and they'll drop some noise in the Discord there. But anyways, I appreciate y'all. Dave, all set. Lloyd, new guy. Dave, we already got Dave on there. Blockchain Cowboy. All of y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, guys. We doing it big. Right on. $300. Did you just make $300 right now? All right. All right. I'm glad you learned it, man, because I know everybody teaches everything. I'm trying to teach the shit that most people don't teach, man. That zoom all the way into breakout prop. That kind of weird shit. The shit that I kind of uncovered on my own, something different. But then there's just general stuff too. You want to know, you got to know. But tomorrow's a new day, Monday, big day. Ain't no really what telling. I mean, the funny thing is, we were kind of right about this taking off here. It front ran by 10 minutes or so. But the new day did, so I tried to have some price action. I don't know. Is this teetering out? We'll see. I'm still short, guys. You know where my take profits are, stop losses are? We gonna see. Damn, Bitcoin really did take off, but now it came back down again. Ain't no telling, man. This market is wild. Trade carefully. Set stop losses. I'm glad you like the breakout prop, Dave. And, maybe I'll lean into a little bit more. Breakout prop doesn't have all the tickers. Remember, they just delisted all the shit coins that I love to trade so much. Not all of them. But, yeah, the breakout prop, oh, man, next time you got an hour, you're going to stand there and watch your favorite ticker. Especially if it's a shit coin, it doesn't move quite as much. You saw you can zoom in and then it slows it down for you in Neo in the Matrix, you feel me? Bitcoin's the only ticker. Okay, listen, if all you trade is Bitcoin, bro, honestly, I'd probably be richer today as that's all I ever traded, okay? Certainly if it was all I ever bought in 2021, okay? Like, I would definitely be richer today. So I don't have anything against that. Or some people, they have one ticker that they just know that price action. Hell, stick with it. What the hell are we chasing around Jasmine and OMs and shit? You know what I'm saying? Why? Fuck all that. Just stick with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's legitness, man. It has a bullish bias. When everything else drops off a cliff, Bitcoin's been holding strong. But Bitcoin is your North Star. It's the even kill. So, listen, I've been doing quite well on Bitcoin. You don't get the scam. Like, this looks like a big scam wick right here on Bitcoin. But, like, the type of money that I trade, this scam wick ain't even that big of a scam wick. Like, I wouldn't have probably even got stopped out on like 50x leverage. Like, my default on Bitcoin is like 50x leverage. And if I wanted to lower it to be 10 or something, it's like no sweat. In order to make some real money, I would have to increase my position size and you pay a little bit more in fees. But shit, if you go with Bitcoin, stick with it, man. You're not going to have that OM shit happen to you, or just even weird price movement like Jasmine. You know what I'm saying? I am not against anybody sticking with just Bitcoin. I do not blame them. All right, y'all. I'm going to play out the song. We close this out.
A bear market building, demystifying daily because they be fully revealing
the latest updates in cryptocurrency. Encourage me to learn and see and get dope urgently. They certainly alert me.
Givers gain, Dane. That's right. Appreciate you, Dave.
Twin brothers showing how the silver screen team works, teaching Hollywood how the Bitcoin dream works. From the red carpet to next is a fair target to show you the projects that build in the bear market. Or alert
Those braids I had, when you went outside, they would change color. I used to be doing crazy shit with my braids.
It amazed me. The feeling is crazy when I hear yes. Welcome back to Altcoin Daily.
Peace, y'all.